Oh, yeah, hell yeah, we good. Yep.
Good. Yo, shout out to the Most High, the Double Eyes, even on Lawrence State, you know what I'm saying? It's LD's also known Lawrence One. For another episode, I Need to Know, with my special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hey, it's your boy, iStevie, man, the R&B sensation.
What's up, man? It's been a long time, man. I'm glad you made it, man.
Man, about time, man. I wanted to be in the seat a long time, man.
For sure, man. You know, you cousin, family, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, hey, man, it ain't no time like the present, though, but I want to ask you, man. I like to ask all my guests, how did you get your name?
iStevie, man, my cousin Toby, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. He said, this is maybe 15, 16 years ago, he said, hey, man, everything is I this, iPhone, I that. He said, man, you got to just fit in. And at first I looked at him and was damn. I'm like, man, you want to put an I in front of my name?
Yeah.
And he like, man, just go with it. Just see what I'm telling you. And I said, all right, well, we're going to see what happened. And then I did a show, a nice little show with somebody, man, real big. And the guy was like, give it up for iStevie. And I said, there it is.
The ring. You heard the ring.
Yes, I heard the I. The I stuck, and I just went with it right there.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could hear the ring.
Yes.
You could hear the ring.
For sure.
Now, before you was iStevie, what were you?
I was Stevie.
Just Stevie.
Lil Dude. They just call me Lil Dude.
Yeah.
Because I used to produce a lot of records. And
okay.
As a producer, you know, I just try to separate myself. Lil Dude was the producer. Stevie was the singer, you know what I mean? But then it just sometimes people just kind of just mixed it together. Oh, we get Lil produce the track, Stevie produced the track, so it just got to the point I just started just being me.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. I like that. I like that. You know, because it's funny though, because a lot of people don't even talk about the evolution of names and stuff like that. So hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, you know, my cousin, man, you know, he gave me the name, man. You know, shout out to my cousin Toby. You know, whatever camera we on, man. You know, he gave me the name, and but he don't get no money for it though, because we already took care of all that.
Oh, for sure.
You feel me?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So where you from, man? You from the Bay Area? What?
Well, listen, man, I tell everybody, man, I'm from Kaiser, man. 11th floor, room 1175, man. That's where I was born at, man, but I was raised in Oakland, man. You feel what I'm saying, man? Deep East Oakland, man, in the hills, man. A shout out to my grandpa and grandma, man, that did their thing, man, that made me live right.
You know what's crazy? I've been knowing you a while. I didn't know that you was from East Oakland.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. You know?
I thought you was from Richmond.
Nah, because I don't really claim nothing. I claim Kaiser.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Shout out to Kaiser. West Mac, right?
Yeah, 11th floor.
That's where I'm from too.
Yeah, that's what I claim, man. You know, because the whole thing, you know, it's just like, man, you know, I don't own nothing on none of these streets out here that West Oakland, East Oakland. You know what I mean? I do live where I live,
that's
and
right.
I do own what I own.
Come on.
But out there in the town, man, I don't own nothing, man. So you know the thing about it is, man, I'm from Kaiser, man. That's where I was born at. My mom had me at Kaiser, room 1175 at 1145. You feel me? August 23rd. Hello, talk to me. Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So what was Oakland like growing up, man, for you?
Oakland was dope. I mean, Oakland was back then, you know, you can just be cool. You know what I mean? You know, the most you would get out of Oakland, man, was a fight. You know, you had one partner that might have a gun. He might shot one because he didn't want to waste no bullets. But other than that, man, it was just fights. But it was just everybody. Back then, let me tell you what Oakland was to me, man.
Come on now.
Trying to holler at the women. You know what I mean? I'm lost now. You know what I mean? You know, these cats ain't trying to holler at the women. We went to the parties. We tried to holler at the chicks. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? We wanted, man, what's your name? What's your number, man? And this is what it was. We was trying to see how many numbers you can get for the night. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we was on back in Oakland when I was coming up. Yeah. You know, these guys, man, I mean, this dude looking at me the wrong way, man. Why are you worried about how he looking at you in the party? Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm looking at her. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that's
he watching you watch her.
Exactly. You know, so, you know, to me, man, Oakland right now, man, is lost. To me. That's just me.
So
So
do you feel like it's a difference in how are teenagers different now than then?
Well, you know, working at juvenile hall, man, you know, I get the vibe from the teenagers that's coming up now, and you know, real talk, man. All these kids looking for somebody just to say for real. You know what I mean, when they telling you something, they just looking for somebody to just say for real.
Oh, like validate them and
like
let them know they word count for them.
Yeah, like you mean something, man, for real. Man, I'm going through this for real. That's all they're looking for, somebody to just say for real. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that's what I get out of it. You know, I've been at juvenile for 5 years, and dealing with the youngsters, man. They just looking for somebody just to say, "Oh, for real."
So you work at juvenile hall?
Yeah.
Okay. You know Ian Long?
I don't know a lot of people. I'm the barber up there. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
But dealing with the kids, I deal with the kids more than what everybody else, because the kids open up to me. Yeah. And what I get out of it, they just looking for somebody just to say, "Oh, for real?"
You know what? I'm glad you said that. Okay, so first off, you the R&B singer.
Yeah.
I want to tap into your barber stuff. When did you know that you could cut hair real good?
13.
13.
Yeah, I had a baby at 15.
Okay.
I started at 13, and I had a baby at 15, and my mom and my stepmom.
You started cutting hair or having sex at 13. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, no, I did. I did. So I did. So at 15, yeah, I got this girl pregnant.
Okay.
And I was scared to tell my mom and dad, but I didn't have to because she told them, right? And we ain't gonna get into that story, but my mom and dad say, "Hey, man, all them Jordans, all them Nikes you wearing, but they turn it into Pampers. You got a baby." I'm like, "That's not my baby," right? So my mom she come pick me up, like, "Get to the hospital right now, I'm finna come get you." And I'm like, "All right, Mom, we can go up there, but that's not my kid," right? And when we get up there, when I tell you my daughter came out looking like my twin.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And to this day, man, she's 32, man. Dejanay, man, I love her to death.
For sure. That means breakfast in French.
Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dejanay, that's what that means. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know what her mama thought. My auntie, my cousin Brandy really named her. But, for me, man, it's just like I was a dad at a young age. And then after that, a year later, man, I met my wife. And, we just started a family from here on out. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, okay, so you're barbering and stuff like that. So what time did you actually have to get your license and stuff like that?
Well, I was at Foothill Square. Shout out to Sue. Rest in peace. I was at my mom's house and I was cutting hair. My mom and my pops, they let me have the back of the house on the weekend, and I used to have it packed. I mean, I was cutting Numbskull, the Unis. I was cutting everybody back there.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Numb.
Yeah, Numb, for sure. That's my guy. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And Knucklehead too. I don't know. I don't know.
Knuckle was cool too.
Yeah, for sure. That's my guy.
Yeah.
So I was cutting all of them back there, and then one day my mom was doing Sue hair, and she's like, "What's going on back there?" But all her barbers had just left her that day. And she was like, "What's going on back there?" And my mom was like, "Well, Stevie's back there cutting hair." So Sue come back there and say, "Hey, Stevie, do you want to just come work in the shop?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I come work in the shop." I'm like, "But I got all these people." She said, "Bring them." So we went on to the shop. And shout out to my guy, Pope, man, rest in peace. I came in there and he gave me the love, you know what I mean? And so I'm in there and I'm cutting all my people, but I'm the youngest dude in the shop.
Yeah.
And I'm cutting everybody, and she fired me. She fired me that day, like, we no longer need your help. And I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't tripping. I went in there and I made a couple $, you know what I mean? And, and so I went back to Mom's house next weekend, and she called me like, "Hey, where are you at?" And I'm like, "I'm at Mom's house." She's like, "No, you got people out here waiting on you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what you want me to do?" She's like, "Well, I need you to come back." And the rest is history.
For sure, and I've been to that shop in Foothill Square. It was all the way in the back.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was later on in life, but when it first started, I was back there with Deke and Pope, it was good. It was a good look, man, back there. Yeah,
for sure, man. You always been, from a distance, you always seemed like a go-getter and ambition.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that something that you actually had to work on, or was that something that you was actually born with, you feel?
Well, I feel like, watching my grandpa Bud, man, go get it, man, and my Uncle Mark just go get it, man. I was raised around a bunch of go-getters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, I think out of all the people I just gave a shout out to, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think my step pop Mode, man, watching how he loved on my mom, man, and how he would just like, man, I'm like, "No, it's Christmas. Why you going to work?" He like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna call." You know what I mean? So just seeing that. So when I got married, it was just on some things like, okay, man, I see how he doing my mom, and my mom's smiling. So let me make sure I'm doing that for my wife also. So
gotcha.
that's what a go-getter became. You know what I mean? I was always a hustler. You know what I mean? But it's a difference between a hustler and a go-getter. You can hustle, but you ain't getting nothing. When you're a go-getter, you just go get it. Like
for sure, I like that. Yeah. I like that. I'm going to actually have to write that down on one of my notepads on what's the difference between a hustler and a go. How I do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man.
For sure. So were you ever a rapper?
No.
Gotcha.
Never. I never rapped in my life. I was the difference between all my partners, Essential, Mr. J, Beefcake, Igor, man, they was all rappers, and we got in the thing. I play around, I freestyle as a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was always the type of dude, man, I'm going to sing. You know what I mean? I played football, 1 year in my life. Shout out to my brother KP.
The twin. Shout out to KP.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell
yeah.
Yeah.
And I never forget. I came to practice, and the coach he made us run because he was feeling some type of way, right? And I said, man, this is what they doing, man. They making us run for no reason. I said, no, and I picked up the microphone since then. I ain't played sports since. My brother good. Ace Gunner, shout out to Ace. He good. He go crazy. But I'm just not no sports guy. You ain't gonna make me run because you felt like it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I picked up the microphone right then and there, 11th grade.
Do you remember, and what school was that?
Skyline.
Skyline. Shout out to the line, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I went to Oakland High, man, and one of my favorite sports experience was seeing KP play against KP.
Yeah, for sure.
The twins going head to head at Oakland High 94 was lit. Youngsters smoking half a Tampa cigars and shit like that. Yeah. Leather burners is hot and shit like that. Yeah. It was a sight to see, man. Shout out to KP and the other brother. Man, rest in peace, man.
Listen to me, man. There was a big behind the story on that, man. You know, them dudes, man, they used to be funking over that. You know what I mean? On some real, like, you know, them dude, they love each other to death.
That's right.
Don't make no mistakes about that. But it was a time, man, when it happened, man. You know, Keith put, you know, through the Oakland High jersey on KP back, and he was tripping. You know what I mean? So, you know, Skyline versus Ohio, man, it was big.
Legendary.
You feel what I'm saying? It was huge, right? 93 was bigger than 94. You know, I remember, and I already want to say this, but I remember Sylvester Cooperwood ran my cousin B Brazil over on live TV. And for the touchdown, though, right? And I was like, oh my God. And my cousin came back hard next year and he was running them up. You know what I mean? He was doing his thing. But 93, 94, man, it was hard, man. Skyline, Ohio, man, that's where it was at.
Because that next year, Ohio had hella
it was good.
Jay Score Reed. Shout out to Jay Score Reed.
Jay Score Reed was there. He was ninth grade. He did his thing. You know
he did his thing.
Yeah.
All Metro Player of the Year, man. That was real big, man. You know what I'm saying? So, were you ever in a group musically?
Yeah. When I first started, so let's go into this. Right?
Okay, let's get it.
This is how I met my wife.
Okay.
And a lot of people, I speak about her a lot, man. You know me, we've been together 32 years. But I was in this group called Entity, right? And my wife, she was in this group called YBS. You probably know.
Yeah, I know. Well, right? Young Black Sisters.
For sure, right?
Cherokee, Crystal, Tisha B, Rena.
Yeah, and Aronica.
Shout out to my childhood partner.
Yeah, for sure. So we had a audition. And the crazy thing about it is my partner, Sean, was hollering at my wife first.
Okay.
And, when he was just like... whatever the case, for whatever reason, right? I'm for whatever. You know what I mean?
You see?
Yeah, so I'm for whatever, right? So he wanted to holler at Cherokee at first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, he started hollering at Rena, and, he was like X, Y, Z. I didn't really trip on nobody in the group. I was like, whatever. And so he like, I'm going to holler at Cherokee. And I said, okay, well, just give me Rena number. The Irina number, the Irina girl number. That's what I called her. I said, just give me the Irina girl number. You know what I mean? Okay, whatever. So I take her number and, we talked and we hit it off. You know what I mean? And, I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. Hey, when I found out she was a virgin, I married her. You feel right there on the spot. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, dude, it's just like, 32 years later, man, 3 kids, 4 grandkids, man, here we are, man.
So this is what you basically saying is that most of your family came out the music industry, like a musical relationship.
Yeah. Me and my wife, man, it was all music. The kids, man. My oldest daughter, she's singing like crazy. She just don't want to do it. But my other 2 kids, man, they just jam. You know what I mean? And my grandson, my oldest grandson, he sing, but he big as hell, so he a football player.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I mean, it's just that, life when at that moment was dope as hell, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
But what happened to the group?
The group, man. I mean, shit, it just stopped. They stopped doing music. I kept going.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I produced for 40, Billboard tracks. 9 albums later, I produced, my own 9 albums. I just kept the R&B alive, And right now, one of the dudes in the group that I started with, Sean, who I said his name is Mock. He go by Mock. You know, I'm bringing him back in the mix, and we just produced a record for him. You know, I did and wrote a record for him that's from the drop. And the cold thing about it is he got a son named Malik. That's crazy.
At what?
Singing.
Oh
my God. And so now we doing a MP for this dude. And when I tell y'all, man, this dude is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. You know, and so, I always told everybody, once I find me a youngster that want to do it, I'm going to go give it to him, man, and I'm going to give it to him the best way I know how. You know
so who does he kind of remind you of, like, from the past?
I'm gonna say if I had to say somebody, I would say Donnell Jones with a mix with a tank with a falsetto like Usher.
Okay. So if you was gonna get him to do a rendition, because we're gonna get into your renditions in a few. If you could get him to do a rendition, what rendition would you get him to do?
Superstar by Usher.
By Usher. That's my joint right there.
Mine too.
That's my shit.
Why I said it.
Yep. I put that in my top 10 favorite R&B album.
No, that's my no. I always say that we ain't gonna get into that because we'll get into a whole nother jam.
Man, I'm with it.
Listen to me because to me, right, it's 4 albums that I feel like are just it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, when they did the verses and all that stuff, it was 4 albums you just don't mess with, right? Confessions, My Life, Erykah Badu.
Baduism.
But
that's my favorite album.
Okay.
That's the Illmatic
so you feel me then.
R&B.
You feel me then, all right.
And you said something that I was like, damn, I think you said this. I feel like the only person that could have did a battle against R. Kelly was Mary J. Blige.
Yeah. And then the thing about it is people are like, well, you can't do male versus female. Okay, but just leave R. Kelly alone.
Okay.
Just leave
But why not, though?
Leave Mary J. alone.
Because they came out around the same time.
They did, but it's nobody out there. I gave Mary a justice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's nobody out there can do a verse with R. Kelly.
Nobody.
That's what I feel like. Nobody.
Okay.
Unless, if I'm wrong, you tell me different.
Nah, yeah. Unless it was Michael Jackson.
I don't think Michael couldn't even do it. And that's my thing.
Okay.
Right? Because Usher, he make a lot of hits. Chris Brown make a lot of hits. Michael Lake but R. Kelly makes a lot of hits. Now, I don't agree with what he do off the court.
Yeah.
But as a musician, this dude is the truth. Period.
I agree with that. He's definitely in the GOAT category.
No, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I was thinking about damn, if I could have made like 5 songs, I Believe I Can Fly would have been one of them.
Oh, for sure.
Because you could put it anywhere. I mean, graduation, funeral, wedding.
Everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
So I was going to ask you something. What is your latest release?
Well, my latest release is Found Me One. It's a nice R&B, bring back the R&B back to a joint. Did a video to it, man, and it was dope. It got a good reply to it, and Found Me One is it. Written, produced by me. That's what I've been doing lately. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you got that joint with E40.
Yes.
Say So, right?
Say So. So.
How long ago did y'all do that? About a year ago or something?
No, that was 2016.
Okay, for sure.
So let me tell you how it came about, man.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin, Mr. J, we put the record out first. And shout out to Kazim. Kazim, man, he put it together. Me and my brother KP, I said, bro, we got to get 40 on this record. And my brother KP, he said, Kazim, Kazim, man, I don't know if y'all know Kazim.
The security.
Yeah, he's 40. He's 40 main security. Security. Whatever.
I got you.
Yeah, and I went to. We was at the fight at the Oakland Coliseum, and we seen it, and we like, look, we got this record for. We got the record 40. Get on. So I see 40. I'm like 40. I look at him like, I got a record that's hard. I think you a jam on it. And so, fast forward probably about a month or two, I get a phone call. Shout out to Marshawn Sean, man. Sean hit me like blood. I got a boy on the phone right now, and I'm like, who? And he like 40, like, hey man, what's up? What's your boy? Right?
That sounds like you too.
Right. So he like, hey man, I'm digging that record you got.
Yeah.
Man, he start telling me his stats, and this is what I do. I'm the biggest X, Y, and Z, and blah blah. I'm like, oh man, I was already sold. Like, oh man, there's 40 on the phone. Told me you want one of my records. All right, let's do it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So my wife, when she heard it, she started filming it. Right, so I got the whole conversation on tape. So he like, man, I want that record, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. So A week passed. I'm like, man, I didn't even want that record.
Yeah.
I get a phone call. I'm finna walk into the Cal Berkeley game. I'm at the gate. Remind you, I'm at the gate, walking to the. Now, if you know going to Cal Berkeley, you know how long it take to get up there.
Oh, for sure.
And what it take to get to the game.
Yeah.
I'm walking in the gate, and he said, "Hey, iStevie," because that's what he called me, iStevie, because I say so. I need you to send me the stems to the record.
Yeah.
I need you to send them to Droopy. And I'm like, when? He like, I need them now. Man, when I tell you, I turned around, man, walked down the hill, went to the house, you know, and because I got a studio in the crib, and sent them the record, and you know, the rest is history, man, you know. Number 6 on the Billboard. I mean, you know, it was just dope. You feel what I'm saying?
Why y'all never shot a video though?
Man, that's something. Look in the camera, ask 40 that.
Okay,
what camera,
y'all got to get that video, man.
What camera I need to look through 40? Why we never shot a video to that? Because that record is hot.
Yeah,
you know, and it's
it sound like a summertime. It sound like a summer. It sound
like a right now record.
For sure, like right now.
Yeah, you know. So, you know, I was mad about it, you know, but I wasn't mad, you know, because I got my first Billboard plaque. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really tripping, but
yeah,
I felt like, man, the song could have did numbers though. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of right now, past, present, and future, since you've been doing this so long, how did you make your transition from the CD days to the streaming days? Was it hard to make the transition?
Well, it wasn't really hard because I was already, you know, I mean, my brother, man, shout out to Ace, man, you know, he's an IT tech, man, but I helped him get his degree, though. I used to help him do his homework and all the stuff, you know. So if I'm saying this online, I'm not lying, you know what I mean? You know
okay.
So
you don't want his employer to be watching the video.
No, he all good. He okay. He ain't tripping, he all good. But you know, sliding into that, man, I mean, I went to college, man, you know, I got a multimedia communication degree. And, you know, so it just kind of fell into my lap, you know what I mean? Because I was already doing it. I was already doing the videos. I was already doing this. I was already doing that. And so when it was like, okay, wait a minute, you can get paid for this? That stuff that I'm already doing? Yeah, let's go on and get involved in this. You feel what I'm saying? So the stream thing was kind of like, oh, I'm hella mad because my first album, you know, not to let nobody in my business, but we out here. My first album, I sold 7,000 copies on the street. Yeah. $70,000 in my pocket. You feel what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, if I do 7,000 streams, whatever the hell, I ain't making no money. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I bought my studio. You know, my first album, you know, it's just me, you know, in 2000. And, man, you know, right now, man, it just, I feel like they're ripping us off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like, it's like, and when I found out that the labels owned Spotify's, the Apple Music. Shit. So what they did is instead of saying, okay, I'm going to sign you, no, you going to put it on there, but we going to get our money anyway. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in the industry? Okay, get it on there. So now me and my homeboy Vernon Hall, man, we talking about something that we putting together right now, and that's going to kind of, you know, put that out the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, Soulja Boy, you know what I'm saying, when he got on the computer and stuff like that, he's a big deal. He made a huge impact in the music industry because isn't he part of the reason why CDs no longer? Yeah, no, he is, and I'm not mad at how he do his thing, but right now
he a GOAT too.
But for me,
for impact,
for me he is. But right now, what he did is he really, excuse my language, he fucked the industry off. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at it because he won on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But for cats that was outside going to do this thing, like right now, it don't make no sense to put out no flyers, get no flyers pressed up and none of that shit. Spots like what's the spot in the copy world? They finna go out of business. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody printing up nothing no more because I can just put it online. And you mean to tell me I put it online and pay $10 and I can get all y'all to see it instead of paying $164 to get 5,000 flyers? I can pay $10 and get 7,000 people to see it. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So right now it just don't make no sense to get nothing printed up. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I'm not hating on Copy World. Shout out to Copy World because they do a lot of things for me. Yeah. So what is you said the negative part or the con, you know, what is the pros of how things is ran now? Or what's the good part of our because I can sit at home and I can put a record out. I can let you see it. I can let him see it. I can let her see it. I can let her see it by just sitting at the house. I don't have to. Back in the day, we had to get outside and grind. You know what I mean? The shit my wife used to talk about. Why you going outside tonight? Because right now, dude, it's because I got to go get him, her to get this flyer to say I got a new single coming out. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. Now I can sit at home and I can watch TV and say, oh yeah, by the way, let me go on and promote this single. For sure. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the difference between now and then. You feel what I'm saying? I can sit at home and do this shit. You know what I mean? So the youngsters that's doing it now, man, y'all got it made. Yeah. For sure. And speaking of wife, you just celebrated
32 years. 32? 25 years married. 32 years together. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to add it up the same. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. It's all good.
So, in a grandbaby, so talk about earlier in your career, how was it being so young, balancing having a wife and music?
Man, that's your cousin, nigga. You know the truth. Yeah, she's still tripping. She's still tripping. She don't get it. You know what I mean? She don't get it until she get it. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, man, my wife, man, she just don't like to see, me out there just partying too much. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I tell everybody, shout out to my nigga RC, man. I kick it for a living.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And my wife she don't like to see that. You know what I mean? Like, no, every time I see you partying and blah, blah, blah.
You know what's funny though? Because I had a joke. I said, women hate when you have a good time without them.
I said that. I said that. Listen to me, man. I said that. Women hate. I don't care how much they love you. Look, she calling right now. I bet that's her. She calling right now. And the thing about it is, you want me to stop it or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Yes. Thanks.
All right, it's all good. But let's stop it. But women, anytime they see you smiling, without them, you having too much fun. Yeah, come on, man. I'm like, God damn, I don't be tripping. I see my wife done went out the country several times without me. Yeah. And I'm not really tripping. You know what I mean? Hey, have fun, baby. I ain't really tripping. You know what I mean? You just do your thing. You mom and sis, y'all go do your thing. That's just not me. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, women, man, when they see you smiling, man, they get mad.
For sure, man.
Yeah, they get mad.
So I was gonna ask you this. Out of all your records that you have, right? Which one do you feel like you put the most heart and soul into?
Well, I can't really answer that question because all 9 albums, man, I got a new album called The Lover in Me, man, that's a fool. That I feel like every album that I put out new is my favorite album. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but if I had to say, are we talking about records or are we talking about the album?
A whole album.
A whole album. If I had to say one, I had to say was probably my favorite right now, and I would say probably Pure Love.
Pure Love?
Yeah. Well, damn, I can't say that because I do like Back to Love. No, I can't say that either because I do like My Therapy. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of records that now I am finna put out the best of. You know what I mean? And the best of probably gonna be my favorite album.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And plus, when you make music, sometimes it takes you back to the time that you were actually at when you created the thing called music. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Hell yeah.
So have you ever went through a depression and actually had to put out some music that reminds you of that or something like that?
Hell yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about that a little bit.
So, fuck it. We just gonna go here. Well, we gonna hit the drink real quick because it's finna get serious. My wife probably she gonna probably comment under this when she see this, but maybe like about 10 years ago, I got caught cheating, right? And it really wasn't a cheat. It was just it was a conversation. You know what I mean? But like Mom said, man, you might as well want to hit it, nigga, because a conversation is different than physical. Like mental and physical is different, right?
It is.
So. Man, I got caught. Okay, cool, right? My wife, she's like, I can't do this. And okay, cool, I respect it. And then I told her, I made this bed, I'm going to lay in it, right?
Okay.
And, but I said, I'm going to work hard to show you that that's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 20 years, dude, I ain't never got caught cheating because that ain't been my jam, right? But KBLX, they booked me and they said, hey, man, we want to do a show. I said, let's do it, man. So I do the show, and my wife's in the building. At this point, my wife family, my family, they kind of feuding because it's like, it's a bunch of shit going on Instagram and Facebook and all, dumb shit.
Social media, just too much outside influencing y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
So I shout out to my cousin, Mr. J, man. I say, man, I'm going to surprise my wife tonight. I'm talking about we at KBLX, big show. Armand Carr,
Where was it located at?
It was at what's the Parliament?
Parliament. Okay.
Yeah, across the street from the shop, and we there, man, and I'm singing. And second song, I say, hold on, stop, man. I said, let me call my wife up on the stage real quick. X, Y, and Z, blah blah blah. So I sing a song to her that I wrote for her, and I'm singing and I pour. I'm talking, I'm crying and all this shit. I'm on stage really like,
yeah.
Hey,
baby, I watch you say, I like shit like this.
Yeah. So I'm on that motherfucker like, baby, I'm sorry, man. I'm singing. And my wife's sitting there like this, right? And so the last words of the song say, "Baby, I'm sorry." When I tell you, my wife looked at me and walked off the stage, and I'm like, and I'm crying and shit. I'm telling her, "Baby, I'm sorry." I'm in front of everybody. I fucked up in front of everybody, so I'm apologize for everybody. Man, my wife did that shit. And so years later, I actually like, man, what was that about?
Yeah, yeah.
And she was like, man, you made me look like a fool, so I made you look like a fool. Man, right then and there on the spot, I said, okay, you know what? I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right then and there, I would never put you that ever again.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
That's some growth and development, you know what I'm saying?
No, it definitely was. It definitely is. Yeah, for sure.
And have you ever had a major record deal?
No. Everything been independent. All 9 albums been independent.
Gotcha.
Even the record with 40 was independent.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like, man, well, I guess you could say I have, because shit, I'm on Instagram. I mean, I'm on Spotify and what's the name? You know, the labels own that shit. If people don't know, they own that. You know
really?
I mean? So, yeah, hell yeah.
How did you find that out?
Man, inside source, man. Hey, listen to me. The labels own Spotify, iTunes, YouTube Music, all that stuff is owned by the labels. So that's why it's so easy to get on there. I remember back in the day, I fell out with my partner's brother because I produced a record for my homeboy Essential, and it said produced by somebody else, and I'm like, blood, I produced that. What you mean? Produced by some, X, Y, and Z. And he like, man, they own right now, and they was going on iTunes. Back then, it was unheard of a nigga from Oakland being on iTunes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So when he did, I'm like, "Cuz, wait a minute, dude. That's my shot." He like, man, well, he's shining right. I'm like, dude. So why wouldn't you put me in the light if he's shining? You know what I mean? And he didn't say my name at all. I was mad. Right now we fixed it though, but right now I was upset.
Of course.
When it happened, I was upset. Like, dude, come on, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is my turn. You know what I mean? And I felt like he fucked it off for me.
Speaking of turns and stuff like that, I seen you at Yoshi's.
Yeah.
You did a good ass job. I'm not just saying that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The rendition.
Tell me the truth.
The rendition.
Which one?
The Gerald Levert rendition. Talk about that a little bit, and how did you come up with the ideas to do renditions?
Well, I did Yoshi's first. Right?
Okay.
I did all my music. It was a hit. Sold out. It sold out in a week, and it was dope. Right. So I said, well, man, this time I'm a firm believer in, if I invite you to my show, I don't want you to see the same thing you seen the first time. You feel what I'm saying?
What if it's in the same day?
Well, same day, it's good. But a year later, no, that don't show the growth, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm sitting back because it was either Keith Sweat, or it was Gerald Levert, or it was R. Kelly. Yoshi wasn't fucking with R. Kelly at all, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So it was between.
So did you ask about that? Did
Yes.
you ask if you could?
Yes. So then it was either Keith Sweat or Gerald Levert, and I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm gonna do Gerald Levert, because Gerald Levert gonna show my growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then plus his sister from the town. You know what I mean? So, we put the flyer out, and when we put the flyer out, man, the shit just went crazy. Like, oh man, you doing the Gerald Levert X, Y, and Z? I just put a thing on Instagram and YouTube on this the tribute I did to him. Right before you come in, when I came on stage, I did like a little film on him, and his family okayed it. You know what I mean? So when his family okayed it, and the last thing I say is, man, people ask me, why did you do a tribute to Gerald Levert? And I said, why not? Straight like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I came on, we just had fun.
And I didn't know your brother could sing.
Oh, hell yeah. My whole family sings.
Talk about that a little bit.
It started with my dad.
Okay.
Steve Early, man, that dude is dope.
Y'all got any joints together?
No. At all. It's sad, but no. Right? Because Pop sings, he sings gospel.
Oh,
Pop
yeah.
sings gospel. The crazy thing, man, turn that shit. I need to turn the phone off. Yeah. But Pop sings gospel. You can hand me the phone. Fuck the live. We ain't tripping on live no more. Pop sings gospel. Come on, Jelly. You on the? This one of the baby. This the baby, right? Come on, man. You answer the phone. Listen, but Pop sings gospel, and my brother, man. My brother, he's just dope. My Pop does what he want to do, right? And my brother has the opportunity to do that also.
What do you mean by that?
When it comes to vocals, man, Pops is crazy.
Oh, okay. You talking about his range?
Oh man, I don't care what nobody say. It's nobody. I can be biased right now. That's fucking with Pops. Nobody. That dude is unbelievable.
And is your mom also a singer too?
No. Mom's is where I got the business from.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? So my dad's side of the family, they sing. My mom's side of the family is music and business. So that's where I came from. That's where iStevie came from. You feel what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Now, what label do you have?
It's called iStevie Music Land. We got a couple of cats that's coming off of it. We got Mr. J, we got Malik, we got Mock. You know what I mean? We got iStevie. We're just jamming on the one right now. Man. Yeah. And right now, man, my newest thing I got going on. 4 records got picked up by Tyler Perry's the thing with Eve. What's her name?
Yeah.
Eve. What's the? My wife always tell me that I don't. You know, when Eve, she's the madam or whatever the hell, whatever that movie is, man. I got 4 records picked up on that. Shout out to RC, the cat that I said that fucked me over earlier. Yeah. He came back and he rocked it with me, though.
Oh, he double backed and made it right.
Yeah, made it right.
For sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, shit was right. You know what I mean? So he double backed, man, and he been sending me a whole lot of stuff, a lot of movies, man. I've been getting a lot of stuff picked up about a lot of movies, but the greatest thing that happened with me right now is the Eve, All Kings Man. That's the name.
Okay.
All Kings Man. iStevie produced 4 records on that. That they're gonna play doing the music. You know what I mean?
Do you consider yourself the underground R&B GOAT out here?
I'm not gonna say I'm the GOAT, but I'm saying nobody fucking with me.
Okay.
I say that. You know what I mean? It's nobody out here putting out what I'm putting out.
Gotcha.
In the town, period. You know what I mean? I don't care from mainstream artists to whatever. And I don't want to sound hella cocky or whatever the hell it is, but I'm willing to go album for album with anybody.
So
you know what I mean?
People hear you up here talking about, the music with E40, the Tyler Perry. This. Talk about some of the times that were really rough and turbulent in your career where you may have wanted to give up or something.
Me wanting to give up, man, has never been the thought in my mind. But rough times is, me and my wife got a daughter that's just started college.
Okay.
And it's, and it's like, man, that tuition don't play. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, do I go to work hella times? Do I go take this show? Or do I go to work again? Or do I take this show? Or do I, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just making decisions, you know what I mean? And it's like right now, man, we really making decisions for these kids, and it ain't about me no more. You feel what I'm saying? If when me comes, it comes, but it's about that baby. Let's make sure that baby graduate and she good. Right now, she killing it. The one that just keep calling, she killing it. 3.79. That's how she Dean's List both semesters, man. Yeah. She finna be a senior, sophomore, man. So I mean, shout out to my baby, man. She going crazy right now. You feel what I'm saying? So it's worth the money that me and my wife spending, man, for real.
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Because I always say this is that everybody's an ATM machine.
Yeah. Man.
And people in your life are either making deposits, checking the balance, or withdrawals.
Yeah.
Your kids always making withdrawals.
All the time.
But if they do right, then that's their way of paying you back. Because they really can't pay you back.
No, at all. And I'm not looking for the money back. I just want to see my baby score. My middle daughter, she's braiding at my shop. I got a shop called Exclusive Blends on 4619 Street. She's a kid braider. Crazy. She's the best probably in the town for sure. And I'm willing to put some money on it. Anybody want to do it, they can do it. So, and then my oldest daughter, man, she do dreads. Dejanay, man, she going crazy. So, me and my wife, man, we raising ladies, man,
For sure.
And it's just like, man, golly, shout out to my mother-in-law, Prince, man, who raised my wife to be a lady, to raise her girls to be ladies, be ladies. And it's just, to me, it's just dope. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's easy for me.
So what you got coming next? You got any merch?
Yes, I got of course I got the Pure Love, and I got the Stay Focused. Hold on, let me get to my my jams real quick. Hold on, real quick. I got 2 TV shows, right, that I'm working on right now. My DNA, and then Straight Razor. It's some too hard.
Straight Razor, is that like a barbershop or something?
Yes. It's a barber. He's a barber during the day, and then at night it's just a damn fool.
That's gonna be dope.
It's dope as shit, right? So, and then my DNA is based on the true stories. Go crazy. I got the glasses I got on is Pure Icons. These my things right here, man. I put these things out.
What, you got some yellow tints too?
I got all tints.
Okay.
All tints. I got a show in Napa August 9th. Me, George Clinton, Jagged Edge, to me, it's a whole bunch of people on that show. You know, just in the albums, man. You know, it just. I mean, you know, I'm just working, man. I'm working.
Now, do you consider yourself successful?
No, because I gotta go to work every day.
But you doing what you love, though, too.
Yeah, that's not a job to me. That's just what I love to do.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But if it ain't paying the bills, man, it's, you know what I mean? I'm just doing it. You know what I mean? So when I started this thing, man, music became a hobby.
Okay.
Music was a hobby until it started paying the bills, then it became a job.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if nothing ever happened with my music, I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? Because it was a hobby. But just so happened, it became a job. So now I go to work.
Well, do you look at your relationship with music like a marriage in itself?
Hell yeah. Every time I do music, I feel like I'm cheating on my wife. Feel me? Because every time I'm rocking and rolling, or I'm out partying, or I'm out chilling, because like I said, if you heard what I said in the beginning, I kick it for a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My wife don't like that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But that's music. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm out and I'm doing my thing and I'm rocking and rolling, but my wife don't want no rock star. You feel what I'm saying? But the rock star has to be what it is.
Do you think that what would you think that she would rather have you doing? Just cutting hair?
Sitting at home, watching Netflix all the time. Just like every man that's married, the wife feel like watching. I asked my wife one time, I said, what you want me to do? Just watch you sleep? I mean, what you want me to do?
Yeah, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Come on, you want me to come home and watch you sleep? No, I could be outside doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when we doing independent artists, when we touching people, we outside. I got to talk to you, just like right now.
You're right. You're right.
I can't do it from the house because that's not my mentality. My mentality come from I got to be outside and say, hey, I got this X, Y, and Z, even though it's at the point of where I can sit at home and say, oh, yeah, I got an album out. You know what I mean? But we so in the mix of it, we got to be outside. Like, listen, man.
Definitely, because the independent versus the majors is the pyramid.
That's
Independents have to talk to all the people on the bottom on the way up. Mm-hmm. Majors talk to the people at the top on the way down to the bottom. Because the majors do a lot of the work. They do a lot of the promotion.
But you know the cool thing about it is?
What's that?
It's no different between major and independent no more. Because you got the same level they got. You got the same lane they got. Same lane they got, you got. You know what I mean? It ain't back in the day, you like, okay, how are they doing this? You already know how they doing this.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They on the Facebooks, they on the Instagram, they on the TikToks, they on all that. All the stuff that you got, that they got. Ain't no such thing as an independent and a major label no more.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it depends on how much independent you want to be and how much major you want to be. You feel what I'm saying? You can come out and be a major label or you can be an independent label. Independent label going to sit back and be lazy. A major label going to put the money in it and go grand. You know what I mean? So you can be just like the Rockefellers or whatever the hell is it. You can be that too. But how much money you going to put behind it? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's on. Ain't no such thing no more. Because you got the same platform they got.
Gotcha.
They not outside no more. When last time somebody passed you a flyer and say, oh, yeah, Rockefeller got a new album going.
Man,
Universal got a new album. Ain't nobody doing that no more.
Shit, I think Onyx was the last one.
Come on now.
You know what I said?
Exactly.
Onyx.
Exactly.
And I remember when they was brand new, they gave me that shit in Berkeley.
So how many times but you have an inbox saying such and such, or you done scrolled up and seen, oh, that's a dope ass song.
Yeah.
Right? We all got the same platform. So what it did, it evened the playing field. It's just how much you gonna jam on it. Are you gonna go get it? Or are you gonna be lazy and say, oh, that's the major label. They got more money than me. It don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? You just gotta go get it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say this: out of all the albums that you ever heard, what album or a song that you wish that you would have been on? What matter of fact,
Mary J, and R. Kelly. Cause it's about time that we met. That joint, you know, that's hard.
Yeah, that's your shit.
Yeah, that's my shit. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's real shit. If I could be on anything, that would have been a record right there.
And you doing a lot of shows, do you have a harder time, or what's more uncomfortable, or what do you feel the most comfortable with? Performing in the small crowds or large crowds?
That's a good question, because I tell people all the time, man, you put me in front of 1 million people, I'm gonna act like it don't even matter. You put me in front of 4, like if y'all ask me to sing right now,
yeah,
I'm gonna freeze.
Sing. No,
you know what I mean? But if you put me in front of 1 million people, hey, it's nothing to me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So to me, it's the intimate settings that be like, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, the bigger thing, I'm gonna jam on it. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So this is what I also want to talk about right quick, right? Mm-hmm. T-Pain. Shout out to T-Pain. I always say T-Pain is the Steph Curry of hip hop, because how Steph Curry changed the NBA, mm-hmm. T-Pain changed hip-hop, because now a lot of people are harmonizing and not really rapping as much, right? How do you feel about a lot of rap sounding like R&B? Like, is it one thing almost now? Do you hear like rap going towards R&B and R&B going towards rap?
Listen, man, I got a documentary coming out called "What Does R&B Mean to Hip Hop?" You know what I mean? And it's gonna speak a lot on that. But the thing about it is to me, I'm mad at T-Pain. You know what I mean? Do your thing.
He dope though. He don't need the voice box. So
he dope.
The thing, you know, that the voice box made it dope.
It made it, without no voice box wouldn't be no T-Pain. If T-Pain came without no voice box, you wouldn't even know who the hell he was. Keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know who T-Pain was.
Because T-Pain with the voice box is equivalent to Steph Curry with the jump shot.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's what you want to say. But I'm saying if T-Pain don't come without T-Pain come out without the voice box, he's just another R&B singer.
Can he come out without the voice box now that he's already established?
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, he could.
Gotcha.
He did. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He have. You know what I mean? But if he came out in the beginning without the voice box, hell no. T-Pain who?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he has a lot of records. Him and Kels. Oh, shit. Got some records. Him and Jacquees got a record that's a fool. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I mean, you know, yeah. He definitely changed it. And by all the hip hop artists talking about it is what made him.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure. Before we get out of here, man, you know what I'm saying? You got any shout outs you want to give to people?
Everybody. I love everybody, man. Shout out to, man, iStevie, man. We moving and grooving. Be a part of that movement. If you need your kid haircut or kid hair braided, man, come to Exclusive Blends, 461 9th Street, man. Hey, man, iStevie Music Land, man. We pulling them, we moving, and I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
For sure, and thanks for coming on time. And tell people where they can find you at on Instagram and stuff.
iStevie Music, man, at gmail.com. That's my, what's the name? iStevie Music. If you want to know my Cash App, you want to send some money, it's iStevie Music. If you want to know everything, it's iStevie Music, M-U-Z-I-K. That's everything, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
For sure, and I'm LDs with another episode of I Need to Know. And as usual, come on, you know what I want.